What happens when a prince settles onto a soft morning show sofa expecting praise, but finds a host who is not afraid to ask? The questions everyone else avoids? On this quiet morning under warm studio lights and easy chatter, Prince Harry believed he was entering friendly ground. But as Allison Hammond's questions became clearer and his replies grew sharper, smiles faded, the air tightened, and the show slowly turned into a live clash. By the time it ended, nobody was discussing his new project. They were talking about the moment Allison finally told him to leave. The studio looked exactly how viewers liked it. Soft lighting, pastel cushions arranged neatly, mugs on the table, the fake London skyline glowing gently behind them. Everything suggested comfort and calm conversation. Everything except Harry. He sat at the end of the sofa, leaning back, one arm spread across the cushion, his legs set wider than needed. His expensive gray suit and black shirt looked relaxed, but his clenched jaw and restless eyes gave him away. Allison sat forward, smiling warmly as usual, while Dermot checked his notes beside her and offered a friendly grin. "Good morning, everyone," Allison said. "We have a special guest. Prince Harry is here." Applause followed. Harry nodded with a stiff smile and a half-hearted wave. "Harry, welcome," Dermot said. "Well," Harry replied in a clipped tone, "thought I'd give daytime another try." If he meant it as a joke, it fell flat. Allison laughed anyway, trying to keep the mood bright. "We're honored you chose us, babes. We're very relaxed here. No grilling." "We'll see," Harry said, and the slight edge in his voice made Dermot's smile slip for a moment. Allison continued. "You're here to talk about your new mental health project. You've spoken openly about your struggles. How are you doing? Truly?" It was the softest question she could start with. Still, Harry answered with irritation. "How am I doing? Better than when I lived in a golden cage? I escaped the circus. Now I just deal with the clowns asking about it." The word clowns hung painfully in the air. Dermot cleared his throat. "Lucky for you, we like being clowns." The audience chuckled. Allison laughed loudly. "If I'm a clown, I'm the cute one," she joked. Harry let out a small breath that barely counted as a laugh. "Your words," he said. Allison kept her calm. "People grew up watching you." Harry, the little boy behind his mum's coffin. The soldier, the young man trying to find his place. "When you look back, what do you feel?" For a moment, emotion flickered over his face. Then it hardened. "I feel like I was offered up to keep a myth alive." People liked the image, not the person. Not the institution, not the press, not the public. "That's a bit harsh," Allison said gently. "People cared." "Did they?" he cut in. "People enjoy tragedy. It gives them something to chat about over tea." Dermot stepped in carefully. "People admired your mum. They felt for you." "Admiration didn't bring her back," Harry snapped. "And it didn't stop the cameras from chasing her into a tunnel." The room darkened with the weight of his words. Allison breathed slowly. "Nobody is trying to minimize that. Your mom meant a lot to this country. People just want to feel better about their part in it," Harry said bitterly. "Rewrite history so they look kind." There it was, the first true wave of arrogance. Allison steadied herself. "Let's talk about your view of things. You've left the family, spoken openly, written a book. Some say you've said everything. Why keep going?" Harry gave a cold smile. "Because as long as you keep asking, clearly there's more." "Harry, love, nobody dragged you here," Allison said softly. "I came here to talk about important work," he shot back. "Not be poked at like some museum piece." "Harry," Dermot said calmly, "it's just a chat." "Feels like a trial," Harry replied. Allison's patience thinned. "Your new project is about helping people feel respected. Do you worry your family might feel the opposite when you talk about them publicly?" Harry laughed sharply. "Respect? They respected titles, not me. They can start with an apology." "And what would that look like?" Allison asked. "Silence," Harry said. "No leaks, no smears. Just leave us alone." A few audience members clapped when Allison replied, "You're not choosing silence either, babe." Harry narrowed his eyes. "I'm telling my truth." "Well," Allison said, "truth can handle a few questions." The tension rose. When the break came, it felt like a blessing. But once the cameras stopped, the temperature in the room dropped. Makeup artists pretended to be busy. Interns avoided eye contact. Harry sat stiff, foot tapping, clearly annoyed. Allison inhaled deeply, holding her calm together. When they returned from break, things only worsened. Allison asked gently about life in America. Harry gave curt, dismissive replies. Freedom, privacy, basic respect. Things the UK doesn't offer. Dermot asked about paparazzi. Harry rolled his eyes. People don't treat me like a zoo exhibit. Allison brought up Archie. Harry's tone sharpened instantly. Let's leave my kids out of this. She stayed gentle. You've spoken lovingly about them before. And the media pretends to care about their safety, Harry said with a sarcastic smile. The crowd shifted uncomfortably. Still, Allison tried again. She asked about William, and Harry snapped. Not unless he stops being a puppet. That's harsh, she said. It's true, he insisted. Allison tried reminding him of the positive work he'd done, but he cut her off again. Dermot tried to comfort him, but Harry brushed it aside. People love the drama, he said loudly. They love seeing a prince fall. Well, Allison answered with a tight smile. You're giving them plenty today. He bristled. I came here to talk about serious issues. Then stop treating every question like a fight, she said. That stunned him. He looked furious. People only want a prince performing for them again. I'm not asking you to perform, Allison replied quietly. When they cut to a break again, nobody breathed. And when they returned, everything fell apart. Harry grew more hostile. He corrected Dermot sharply, dismissed questions, mocked the show, and finally said the quiet part out loud. I'm here for publicity. You needed a headline. The audience gasped. Allison's face shifted, calm but disappointed. Harry accused the show of ambushing him. Dermot tried to smooth things over, but Harry snapped at him too. Allison finally broke. Not loudly, not rudely, but with a controlled strength that silenced the room. She told him he was acting entitled, disrespectful, and cruel to people trying to have a normal conversation. Harry tried to argue, but she pushed back firmly, telling him he expected respect while giving none. The silence that followed shook the studio. Harry leaned forward, furious. Allison leaned forward too, calm and steady, and she said the words that ended the broadcast. We're done. Harry stared, stunned. Excuse me? This isn't a real interview anymore, she said. It's emotional mistreatment. Please leave the studio. The room erupted. Harry stood, shaking with anger. He ripped off his mic, hissed, "You'll regret this," and stormed off. Allison lifted her chin. No, Harry, I'll sleep just fine. Dermot exhaled loudly as Harry disappeared. Allison turned to the camera and thanked viewers before the feed cut. When the red light faded, everyone knew they had witnessed something unforgettable. A slow, simmering argument that finally exploded live on air. And that was Prince. Harry's appearance on the show, a moment that began tense and ended with the kind of clash people would be talking about for days.